Hi there, welcome to the Artfest Online event, day 7. I'm Laurie Mcdonald, your host today, and thanks so much for joining us. We've been having a lot of fun doing this event, and I can't believe it's already been 7 days. So it's been going well, and got lots of fun things on again today. We've got, going to do a bit of talking about the Artist's Advantage, which is a whole new thing that we started a couple of years ago. I thought I'd share some information about that. We've got our kids activity, of course, and we have live entertainment today with Farrucas, the Latin duo musicians that are coming on around I don't know, 20 after 2:30, and then we've got a feature interview with Sprucewood Handmade Cookie Company. So, and we're going to have lots of information about artists and as well. So lots of things planned today. So thanks so much for joining us. So to start with, I'm just going to go over to my window and get ready for this. So the Artist's Advantage is a business that we started basically about 4 years ago. Al and I did that as a complement to the Artfest Ontario. And it's a membership business for artists and you can join it, and it's got all kinds of resources and information and great discounts for many things that artists use for their business. And it's been growing slowly, and I thought I'd give you a little bit of tour about it. Now, why did we start this thing? Well, I was getting a lot of questions from the artists at every show, really. You know, where's the best place to get a tent? Where's the best place to rent? You know, where should we, how can we do our displays? You know, where should we get insurance? Because insurance has become a big part of the event industry for artists in the last few years. In the past, a lot of events were able to have their own insurance. Now, as the insurance guidelines have tightened up, we have to actually have our own insurance as well. Each artist does as well for an event. So that's where do you get insurance? That's reasonable, because there's lots of different options out there. What about staying in hotels? Do we get discounts anywhere? Do you have a special deal anywhere? So these are the kind of questions we were getting all the time. So we had an idea that if we had this simple one-stop spot for people to become members, then they could have access to all the information they needed and tons of resources for building their art business. As you know, like artists, they're small business people just like anybody else, and there's a lot of expenses and costs, and you want to try and trim every cent you can so that your profit increases. So that's basic business sense. And so the Artist's Advantage was supposed to be that bridge for that reason. And we were really excited about launching it. It's been interesting working in the back end too, developing partnerships with companies that have just, that are now our partners, like for example, Surf and Turf tents. So there's a classic example where, Mark's a small business in Canada. He's located near Stony Creek near Hamilton. And he sells these amazing tents that are 100% waterproof. So those are, I know it sounds silly, but it's actually really, hang on for a second here. Just gotta fix this thing. Here we go. It sounds simple, but believe it or not, most of the tents you buy that are not commercial tents are just, you can get display tents at, in Costco or Canadian Tire or whatever, but they're only water resistant, which is, and they don't, you assume that's okay, but it isn't okay, because if you're at a show and it rains, then your product is not protected, and neither is are you or your customer. So, and typically the framework on the cheaper tents too is really light metal. It's not solid, rock solid with really good joints. So, so it was a lot of fun for us researching and finding out great suppliers for the artists and getting and then negotiating deals and discounts. So everybody, every company we're working with in the Artist Advantage program has offered a special deal for artists, and that includes like hotels, rentals, car rentals, like I mentioned, insurance for events, but also for we've linked in with health insurance and that kind of thing as well. And suppliers, where do you get art supplies? You know, where do you buy these things? So it's a great service, and I'll just take you over to the website. I'll just do a share here on my screen. I'm actually just going to go back for 1 second here to me. But I just realized, I'm sorry, Facebook fans. Sorry, we were a little bit late getting on there. We just had one button I didn't click properly, so I apologize about that. But we're back. You're on with us now. You can actually chat with Marianne. If you have any questions or comments, please enter them there. And she's watching. She's also sharing lots of links to other things we're talking about today. So welcome to all our Facebook fans. So here's, I'm going to share the screen. Hang on here. There we go. Sure. So this is the Artist Advantage website here. And you can see that there's a, I just want to make a comment about this logo that we had designed by our artist and designer friend, Shane Durnford. I just love this logo. I just think he really nailed it when we explained everything that we were doing and what we wanted to accomplish with it. So thanks for that, Shane, because it really made a huge difference in our starting our business. I know it sounds kind of weird, but you need to have a nice visual presence on here. So so you can see up here the Artist Advantage, basically saving artists time and money. Join today. So we have discounts on art supplies, hotels worldwide with 2 hotel chains, Choice Hotels and Travel Lodge in Canada, Choice Hotels worldwide. Merchant services, and this is the insurance here, event liability, health and dental, car and truck rentals, and event discounts. So when artists come to shows, sometimes they don't have their own tent, sometimes they need to rent tables, sometimes they need chairs, sometimes they need, you know, other things as well. So those are all available there. And so it's easy to join. It's $99 a year for artists to join it. And you can see it's easy to find thing here. You can on here are member discounts, quite extensive down here. You can see all the partners that we've managed to create over the time, and we're growing all the time. So I encourage people to go to that website, artistadvantage.ca, and have a look. And have a look at what we're doing there. We're also excited about our bigger plan. We've been talking a little bit about that on Artfest Online every day, actually, about how we're going to be expanding our Artfest Ontario business to have a huge presence online and have a store. And we want to move the Artist Advantage business under that umbrella as well. And one of the things we're excited about, there's got some big plans there. So anyways, I won't tell you about it now, but we'll watch for that as we roll it out. We're still figuring out exactly how we're going to do that step by step and getting our roadmap ready. But it's been a great lot of fun doing that. So the other day, also when we were on here, I was talking about how to go about seeing our, just hang on a second here, get to our store. And on a sec, sorry, just one more minute. Having trouble getting my link set up here today. So in order to find and to share this, simple ways to get to the art, so supposedly simple, wasn't for me this very second, but it's simple to get here. On the artfestontario.com website, you can come on here, you can go to our shop artists tab. These are the artists that actually have stores right in on our Artfest website today, right now. Just starting to get it built there. Hang on here. I'm back here again, still having some issues here, but let me go over here. Again, try. All right, let's try that again and share my screen here. Here we go. So the Artfest website here, so you can go, like I said, you can shop artists here, but you can also, these are all the artists that signed on to for our program, but you also, if you go to the Toronto tab under May exhibitors, and these are all the artists that were in our May event this year that was just canceled at the Distillery District. But if you scroll down here, you can see everybody that's involved in our events. And the other day I was talking about Pepperbrew, and apparently I didn't share their page either, so I'm just going to show you. Here they are here. So Pepperbrew, they're with some of our favorite exhibitors as well. They make amazing sauces. Liz and Clanton, their kids help. So they're a great example of how a whole family pitches in a business, and they all work together. Very lovely people, and I encourage you to shop on their website. One thing I really love about their website is that they've got these amazing recipes that Liz has developed that you can actually use all of their products on. So you can go there, you can get some inspiration for dinner. I know that right now we're staying home a lot for supper these days, not going outside and making to any restaurants. So we've had to get creative too in our own kitchen here, and I've had some fun trying out some of the recipes and using their sauces, and I have the whole collection, so I know that they're absolutely delicious. So I encourage you to do that. So I'm just gonna go back off here. There we go. So you can click on any of these stores here, and head over to their blog. And you can read about them on the website. And then you can shop right from their link right there. So it's pretty easy to shop from our website as a hub already. We've built a lot of things in there for artists to be able to shop online. And I'm encouraging people to shop online. The artists, love when they get an online order. We want to empower their presence right now with all their events canceled. Their only source of income right now is through online sales. So I'm really encouraging all of our viewers today to use that. So I don't know if you've been following things at all, but we've only have one day left for this online event, and we've had a huge following, and it's been so much fun, and we still have so much material to share, to be honest. I've only touched the tip of the iceberg really on the artists that are in our Artfest family, and Artfest Kingston's coming up, and there's going to be a lot more to share for that. So we have asked people what we want to do, and people want us to carry on with the event. So we're thinking once a week, and I wanted to get some feedback from you. I've got a poll set up here, which I'm going to share. So if people on Zoom, they can actually vote right in this poll. And viewers on Facebook, please let us know which day of the week you think that the Artfest Online event, if we had a weekly show, would be a good day for you, and what time of day. So it's a twofold question here. So I'm just going to launch that now and see what kind of feedback we get. I'll just run that for a few minutes. And meanwhile, I'm going to go over to our kids' activity today, get that underway right away so that the kids can get active and have their project going. So today's project is called Storytime Sketches. And this one actually originates from something that I do with my granddaughter who lives in Nelson, BC. She's 10 years old, and Briar, and she loves art, and it's hard for us to do art together, but with technology right now, it's awesome. So we do these fun activities where we start together, we draw, we do a face, I draw a circle, she draws a circle, I copy it on my end, I add to it, I show it to her, she adds to it, and then it goes back and forth like that, and we create these incredibly imaginary characters, and it's a lot of fun to do with your granddaughter or with your friend, whatever you want to do. I'll grab one of those and I'll show you what they look like, but they're really fun. So I'm just going to play this now, and the kids can join to watch. Get our screen up here, full screen. Here we go. Lots of fun. I encourage people to try that out. It's a really neat activity. And you can go to the Artfest Ontario Kids page anytime and do those activities. We have now, I think we've got 6 of them up there now. So you can use them anytime. And great for if you're driving in the car or at the cottage or at home or just want a quick activity to keep your kids busy while you do something else. So thanks for that, Sabrina Parrish, our children's art program director. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was one of our gourmet food artists, and that's Mark Pollard from Sprucewood Handmade Cookie Company. And we did an interview with him, and it turned out to be quite a story. So I just wanted to share that with you. I'm just going to get this up ready. Here we are. Hang on. We just get to hear about what Mark's up to, and the Sprucewood Handmade Cookie Company. Mark is one of my favorite exhibitors. And well, I say that about everybody. I must be getting tired of me saying that, but he really is. And he has amazing, amazing cookies. So, and people love them. Artfest customers gobble them up, and we always are very lucky to have a few boxes dropped off at our information tent for us. So I'm just going to share the screen with Mark right now and get this started. So, hi Mark, how you doing?
Hey Laurie, how are you?
Good. Welcome to the Artfest Online chat at Artfest Ontario.
Well, thank you for inviting me. This is kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm Laurie Mcdonald from Artfest Ontario, your host today. And we've got Mark Pollard from Sprucewood Cookies. Well, Sprucewood Handmade. Cooking, very important part of your branding here, because every cookie is actually handmade here. So Mark, I wanted to have a little talk with you today about about what you're up to, your business and products, and see what's going on with you. So I've known you for quite a few years.
We have.
Yeah, he's been an artist favorite for a long time, and our Artfest fans love you, and we know that because they buy lots of cookies, right? But yeah, but you seem to have a great passion for food. And how did that start?
Boy, I think if I go back to the beginning, I remember when I was about I don't know, 5, my mother told me that I made breakfast for my younger brother every morning around 6 o'clock, starting with cracking eggs into his crib and pouring milk in his crib and thinking I was making his breakfast. But you know what? Some things, like anything that's focused as career or passion, you kind of know it right away. Unfortunately, I ignored my calling for many years and kind of went, pretty much mainstream career with marketing, banking, finance. But every night that I was working for a bank, for example, both in Toronto and New York, I was going to chef school. After I got home from work at 7 p.m., I'd be at chef school from 7:30 to 10:30 every night. And moonlighting as well, bartending and whatever, trying to pay for it all. But I finally kind of gave in and left Wall Street and Bay Street, oh my God, 30 years ago, and opened a restaurant in Coburg, of all places, just out of the blue. And of course, I'd had good training up until then and good finance background. And the restaurant was a success, and I sold it 6 years later for a profit, which is highly unusual in the restaurant business. And then I kept, I left that career, went back and got my master's in psych and found another calling. But I always came back to culinary. Always. It was the true calling. And I guess for the shortbread, we always, we were kind of in a part of the 80s with the restaurant when the Ontario economy went bust. And we decided that if we were going to get customers, we'd have to go to them. So we opened a catering company. And we kept the restaurant as well, but people weren't coming in as much because there was not that discretionary income. So I started a catering company, and we took food to them, and we catered weddings, events. We do a lot of fundraising to this day, actually, catering still 35 years later. And I created this crazy cheddar shortbread cookie for cocktail hour and passing them at the bar and whatever event we had. And we had some pretty cool events for some pretty nice clients, both Toronto, Kingston, Kitchener, North. And people kept asking where they could buy these shortbread that were made with cheddar for cocktail hour.
Yeah, magic. They're magic. I just absolutely love them.
Savory is unique. We were the first creators of savory almost 40 years ago in Canada, actually in North America. And anyway, so I started selling them out of my back door literally for a year illegally. And then we landed in a fine food shop close to me in Port Hope called Herma's Fine Foods. And from there, 2 years later, we had 300 stores, but we still, making them by hand with myself and a packager is the tough part. We are staying true to our goal of small batch, high quality, artisan, all local ingredients. So that passion that began way back when I was cracking eggs into my brother's crib to today has really kind of been my focus and reality. And it's so great you can actually live your own dream or reality each and every day. Today I was in, times have changed, as you know, which has precipitated this great format with Artfest, but I don't really have any kind of help anymore. I can't afford it. And so today was just like 20 years ago. I went in my bakery, phoned and got a couple of orders, turned on my mixer, started mixing and packaged, and tomorrow I'm delivering the orders. So I'm going right back to like 25 years ago, a single sole proprietor. Same passion. It's a little lonely without having, a helper in there, but it's remarkable what you can do.
I've seen you when you're baking making cookies when you had your place in Warkworth.
Yeah, we were in Warkworth for 8 years.
Yeah, and so you've developed, like, you did the cheddar cookie, then you've got all kinds of different recipes now. I mean, how do you develop a new recipe? I mean, it sounds like a simple thing to do if you're a chef, but I think it's actually probably pretty challenging to really nail it. What's involved in making a new cookie recipe?
I think it's a really good question, because before I just made what I thought I liked. And now I'm actually a member of the Specialty Food Association out of New York, out of Manhattan. And so monthly we get flavor trends, like what's really happening right now in North America, more so than the world, for flavor trends. And certainly we're all leaning to, can you see me there?
I can, yeah. Did I?
Okay, good. certainly we're all leaning to healthier and, we're leaning to antioxidants and healthier ingredients per se. So an ingredient really is always in my head. I probably have about 500 flavors in my head right now, but we also have to test them with the public. In fact, we've used Artfest. We used Artfest last August, Labor Day show, to test our new chocolate mint shortbread. We tested it right at your site, handing out samples, and if they loved it, we had temporary packaging. And it really is, being able to do an event like yours lets us try out flavors in the public at large, whether it's Kingston, Coburg, the distillery right downtown. It's just a great kind of venue to do focus groups live.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have flavors in my head, but we also bounce them off the public before we even launch them into a proper package.
Yeah, so I mean, when you talk about trends and ingredients, I mean, I love shortbread cookies. I love butter. It's one of my favorite things in the world. But that's still considered a healthy food. I know butter kind of got a bit of a bad rap a number of years ago, but right now people have moved back, I think, to real butter instead of margarine and all the processed oils. Isn't that?
Yeah. Yeah, well, butter is real food. And we use local Sterling Creamery, beautiful.
Oh,
it's a cooperative creamery still these days. So yeah, butter got a bad rap. Butter is, it's all like moderation. And the great thing about our shortbread is 90% of the flavors are either low sugar or no sugar, and our carb count is low. So we're both keto friendly and diabetic friendly. It's a unique product that way. Unlike our competitors who use palm oils and use other fats that really are not healthy.
Yeah, that's not a real shortbread.
Not really, no.
I don't think that's a real shortbread. Yours are real. I mean, they taste real. They're so good. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, your business has been growing and growing, and the demand keeps increasing, and you've expanded a couple of years ago and changed your things a bit. So tell me a little bit about what that meant.
Well, when we were in this charming village of Warkworth, Ontario, we had this old Masonic lodge that really wasn't a great bakery setting. We outgrew it. It was a bit rickety, and we wanted to food safety certify our bakery. So we had to build new. And we chose Coburg because when I was 2, my parents bought a farm just north of here, and I always wanted to come back to this area. And so we chose Coburg. We bought vacant land, and my business partner, Abel, is an architect and designer. We were lucky to have him on staff to design this great space, which I'll send you pictures of later on tonight.
Oh, great.
And yeah, it's really cool outside and in. And Coburg, we also needed to be closer to the 401 corridor for shipping and to open our little shop so people could find us easier, more conveniently. And we needed to upgrade some equipment. I mean, we're still small batch, right? We're not a manufacturer. We're an artisan producer. We're a local producer. And we're not going to go that route. We could do that. We could have 30 people on hairnets in our building tomorrow, or when it's ready, but when the time is right. But that's not going to happen because the product just doesn't lean itself to, when you're doing all natural, small batch, artisan, locally produced and sourced, and all of a sudden you're just Dare, Mr. Christie. You're not what we are. So I still bake every friggin' cookie, still, after all these years. And I still find great joy in working in a bakery setting. It's relaxing, it's quiet. Bakeries aren't noisy. It's quiet, it smells great, and it's physical. I mean, you're active all day. Mm-hmm. So Coburg was the right place based on just close enough to major centers like Toronto and Montreal, some of our bigger markets. And 401 corridor, it was affordable then. It's certainly not now. But yeah, it's been a good ride.
That's great because I know a lot of the food, gourmet food, up and coming producers of gourmet food have new ideas for food, have looked to you for advice and for guidance, and you mentioned a few people that you've helped. So I'm just interested. That's a wonderful thing to give back to the community too, to help mentor young food enthusiasts. So tell me a little bit about that part.
Well, the nice thing is we have this great retail component at the front of our building. And what I did was I decided it really shouldn't be all about us, that we should include other local producers who have yet to hit the shelf, You know, nothing about labeling, nothing about nutritional, nothing about barcoding, nothing about, you know, quite honestly, sometimes proper sanitation. They have great product, great drink. I know you're invited to the opening, but I've just got to get a date. And Laurie and I pulled it all together for the end of March, just so you know. And that was all put to bed quite quick. Given.
Yeah.
Crazy.
We're all of us are in the same situation right now where we had our event planned for this past weekend on the big holiday.
Yeah.
And that's what we look forward to it. We love it. That's what we do. And all of a sudden we can't have the show. So I know that it's impacted the artists in a huge way. And I know that's the same thing that's happened to you. How's that affected your business?
Well, you know, direct to consumer, not online. Direct to consumer at fine events like yours has really become. I was surprised. I thought it was going to be a bit of wholesale here and there. Direct to consumer is our biggest share of sales. So doing, you know, I realized last year I spent 102 nights in hotels, traveling to 57 events like yours all over Ontario. And that is our bread and butter. So, you know, if you want to look at numbers, I mean, we're down in revenue 93%.
Oh, it's terrible.
It is devastating. And I can't imagine other artists who, like me, rely on, whether it's an immediate sale at the event or whether it's afterward. We've picked up corporate work. Actually, both Fairmont and Shangri-La hotels have been ordering. They met us at Artfest. It's remarkable who we've met at your shows. On a corporate side, wholesale side. And that was never our intention. It was just to share our craft, right? And sample and sell. But this is a loss.
So there we are with our interview with Mark Pollard from Sprucewood Handmade Cookies. And thanks, Mark, for that, sharing your insights. And just reaffirming that we really want to help our audience to learn and grow and be comfortable with buying online from the artists and shopping from them. So I hope you keep doing there. So next up, we have Farrucas coming up, the Farrucas Latin duo. This pair, Laura and Jorge, are very talented, Spanish guitar, percussion, singing, and have been a favorite again at Artfest for many years. And they've been fun. So they've agreed to come on today to try out this new platform, and we're so happy to have them. So I'm going to be just turning this over to them, and they're going to play probably about 3 songs, and hope you enjoy.
Laurie? Hello. I'm just going to check what's going on here. Can you hear us? Oh. Okay, very cool. Awesome. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Artfest Toronto. And we are Latin duo Farrucas. Hope that everybody's doing well. If you can't hear me, then we have a bit of a problem. But I think we're all good from what it looks like. So enjoy the show. Thank you guys for having us. Thanks to Artfest Toronto for having us today. The circumstance is a little bit weird because we're not outdoors performing as we would usually be every summer, but you know, despite the circumstances, we're still entertaining you guys out of the comfort of our home and out of the comfort of your home. So enjoy the show, and we look forward to it. Thank you so much for joining us here today. We're going to start off with a nice tune to get everybody up and dancing. This is from Carlos Santana. Hope you guys enjoy it, and it's called Oye Como Va. Here we go. Awesome. Oye, ¿cómo va? Mi ritmo bueno para gozar. Mulata, oye, ¿cómo va? Mi ritmo bueno para gozar. Mulata. Oye, ¿cómo va? Mi ritmo bueno para gozar. Mulata, oye, ¿cómo va? Mi ritmo bueno para gozar. Mulata, oye, ¿cómo va? Mi ritmo bueno para gozar. Mulata, oye, ¿cómo va? Mi ritmo bueno para gozar. Mulata. Oye, ¿cómo va? Mi ritmo bueno para gozar. Mulata, oye, ¿cómo va? Mi ritmo bueno para gozar. Mulata. Very cool. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you
You guys
very
enjoyed
much.
it. I hope
Thank
the
you.
sound was okay. Very cool, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take you all the way to Cuba. We're going to keep this nice and upbeat because we only got about 2 more songs left. So we'll take you all the way to Cuba with this next one. Hope you guys enjoy it. By the way, we've invited friends and family from the GTA area, from Ecuador, from Spain. So this is getting pretty international, I think, here. So thank you guys so much for joining us. And hope you guys like this next one. Oh, if I can just find it. There we go. This one's by the Buena Vista Social Club. Hope you guys enjoy it. This one's called El Carretero. Thanks very much, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Thank you so much.
Alrighty, we're gonna do one more song for you guys. Hope you guys enjoy it. Just gonna find it here. Perfect. If anyone would like to find out more information about us, you can check us out online. We are located at www.farrucas.net, and you'll find more information about us, and you'll find our music on sale on our website as well. So you can't maybe physically buy the CDs from us, on site, because we're not really playing anywhere outdoors for now. But you can definitely check us out online and purchase our CDs online. And Thank you so much to Artfest Toronto for having us. Hope to see you guys again soon. Stay safe. Love you guys very much. And this last one's for you guys. Thank you so much and enjoy. If you guys want to dance to this next time, please do. Even though we can't see you, it's okay. Here we go.
Es imposible, no te encuentro por eso un día no vuelvo sin nada. Lo que haré, yo pienso en ti. Bamboleo, bambolea, divina, no la quiero vivir así. 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 Thank you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy Artfest. Thank you to Laurie for having us today. And if you guys want to find out more information about us, once again, it's www.farrucas.net. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you guys. Ciao.
Thank you. So that was Farrucas duo. Make sure we got here. And Latin duo, amazing, beautiful music. Thanks for so much for playing for us like that. And not easy to do in your living room. And you know, you're supposed to be, you enjoy being in front of audiences and trying to pretend that we're out here all listening, which we are. So we just can't respond. So that's great. Thanks so much, Laura and George. So I wanted to take you over to our website again, because I'm going to show you where to go and see more about Laura and George and Farrucas. Because I know they, you know, they're not just doing live events. They do all kinds of catering. I mean, not catering. They do private events. They do shows, and you can go over to their website at farrucas.net and see their CDs and buy their music. And I know that I always ask, what does Farrucas mean? Well, it means basically making a ruckus with some beautiful sounds. So they make a beautiful ruckus. So thanks a lot for coming on board with us again. And I just wanted to mention too, we were with Sprucewood Cookies a few minutes ago with their interview. And Mark just let me know that they have a sale on right now. It's called the President's Sale. And it's not really about him specifically, but it's about selling cookies. And they've offered a great deal. So I'm just going to take you over to their, so a second here, show their screen there. And you can see that Mark's got a great deal. President's Sale for a limited time. They're doing everything they can to try and, you know, get their customers a great opportunity to buy their product in this during this time. So go on to their website. It's sprucewoodcookies.com, and you can get a great deal right now. And I don't know if it goes to let's see what we got here. Anyways, there we go. Beautiful. So you can get a couple deals there, 6 boxes, get 1 for free, and then 10 boxes, get 2 more for free. So stock up on your cookies. They've got lots of flavors to select from. And next I want to go over to talk about a couple of the artists that are in our Artfest show. And photography has always been a favorite at Artfest. And we've always had some amazing photographers there. Different genres. We've got, you know, black and white specialists. I've got landscape photography, travel photography, all kinds of different things. And they're all just outstanding. Now, when I first started running Artfest and met Don Nosbaum, the original founder here, he is a professional photographer and has been all over the world traveling and doing all kinds of neat stuff too, infrared photography and all kinds of things. This stuff's still available, by the way. You can actually see it looking up Dodd Nosbaum. I'll get his link up there. But and he, you know, he taught me really what is a good photograph, because I wasn't really sure. I look at him and I couldn't. He would say, "Oh no, that, you know, that artist, you know, knows they're not at the level we need at Artfest." And I didn't really understand. I was like, "Why? I don't understand." He said, "Well, there's a lot at play when you're a professional photographer. There's the, you know, the lighting, the lenses, the time of day, and just things that, you know, professional photographers just have this different eye on things. They see things that we just do not see." I know that I did take a photography course once years ago. I was curious about it, learning about it, how to, you know, all about it. And really the only thing I learned was that there's so much to learn about photography that it's not going to be my journey for sure, but I learned what I didn't know. So, but I'm going to take you to share you a couple of photographers here with Artfest, and they just do beautiful work. So I'm just going to take you over to the screen here and share with you. Steve Silverman. Steve Silverman Photography. He specializes in black and white photography, and he is one of those artists that really does capture, like you can see by his imagery, the actual composition and the design, the lighting, the detail, the magic he creates. It's just absolutely stunning. So you can go over to the artfestontario.com website and under our exhibitor tab, and you'll see his tab. And this is his blog post right here that we have about Steve. It gives you all the details about him. He's an international award-winning photographer. He calls himself a fine art photographer. So it isn't just around, you know, it's not a matter of just running around taking pictures like we do on our phone. It's completely something completely different. A lot of depth to what he does. He's in art galleries in Canada, publishers around the world. Love his work. So if you click on his highlighted name here, it'll go over to his website, and you can order prints. And right now he's got a discount on right now, limited time offer, a 20% off. And he's another artist who's, you know, wants to earn some money right now and needs to with his shows being canceled. So you can go there, you get all different types of sizes too. So you can sign up for his newsletter if you really want to follow what he's up to. A lot of these artists have amazing blogs too, so they're fun to actually follow. So, and then the next photographer I wanted to talk about, come back on here, is Bob Gallagher. So Bob Gallagher is a different type of photographer. Bob's a travel photographer, and beautiful colors, scenery. And he also is a huge advocate of education and teaching people all about photography. He does a lot of workshops and classes, and I know he actually he takes groups on trips, which is a pretty cool thing to do. If you ever want to do a really unique experience once we're allowed to travel again, sign up for Bob's travel stuff, because he takes groups out and travels all over the place with them and teaches about photography. So I've got a few images up here of Bob's. I'll just show you. He has he's an amazing way too of working with his images. I'll share the screen here. Beautiful, beautiful imagery here. Water. Plays a lot around too with things with close-ups and blurriness, and you can read about Bob's story here as well, and then you can also go on to his over to his website by just clicking the link. It's at artfestontario.com under in the artist exhibitor. So Bob Gallagher Photography, and he's another one of these artists that is missing the Artfest shows. So I can't believe it's already 3 o'clock. God, the day goes by fast when we're doing these shows. Thanks so much for being online with us again today, live. I hope you enjoyed the show. I love the music, and interesting to hear about the back story about Mark with his the Sprucewood cookies, handmade cookies, and our kids' activity, of course. And tomorrow we got more things coming up. We've got some more special guests, some other special features. It's our last day tomorrow. Hard to believe, but I hope you can join us, and please tell your friends about us, and tell them to sign on. It's 2 o'clock every day. Artfestontario.com is our website. You can just click our link there. Doesn't cost anything to join. It's free. You don't need any special equipment. You don't need a camera. You can just sign right on and watch the show. And everything's recorded. So we are going to be putting all the recordings up on our website too and making them available for people who have missed some of our dazzling events. So thanks again. So I'm Laurie Mcdonald from Artfest Ontario, and thanks for joining our Day 7, our Artfest Online event. Take care. See you tomorrow. Bye.